Hi, everyone. Welcome to another California Psychics Live. I am here with Psychic Kerrigan. Kerrigan, how are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, too. And to everyone that is joining us for the first time, I'm Carly. I will be your moderator. To give you some ground rules, we're going to jump right into things because I know we have a lot of questions already built up for people that have joined a few minutes early. And for everyone that has not been here before, welcome. We appreciate you coming to join us. And Kerrigan's going to be here for the next hour. So we have 1 hour to answer as many questions as we can. To make that go faster, we want to make sure I'll only be picking questions that are very specific. So not just, can you tell me about myself? I need very specific questions. And if you're asking about another person, if it's a romantic relationship or someone that has passed away that you want to see if Kerrigan can connect, that was hard to say, then please use at least their first name. That will help Kerrigan connect faster and we can move these along because man, oh man, they are pouring in.
Yay.
So without any further ado, I will pick the first question and we'll get right into it. Really quick, Kerrigan, do you do dream interpretation?
Yes.
Okay, then our first question is from Mia. She says she keeps dreaming about a cat. What do you think that means?
I'm so happy you picked that as the first question because I'm the crazy cat lady. I have so many different cats. So when you dream about a cat, it means that you don't feel like you're protected. And if we go back to Egyptian times, Bastet, B-A-S-T, it's not spelled like how we say it, but Bast is how you could say it. But Bastet is the Egyptian cat goddess. And what she represents is protection, a lot of protection. So also too, remember when cats purr, it actually raises our energy and our vibration a couple of notches up. So it might be too that you needed to meditate more. Spirit is telling you, like Egyptian spirits are telling you, because they are coming to you in the form of a cat, that you might have to raise up your elevation or go and actually have, if you're allergic to cats, I'm sorry, but maybe have a cat purr around you because you need that kind of boost for your energy source anyway. Now, do you remember? You can't tell me, sorry, I always forget. But I feel like this is 100% that you have to know that you're physically, emotionally, spiritually protected. Now, old lore of Egyptian, cats are spies. So if you feel like somebody's snooping in on you on social media or just really snooping in through other means of snooping in, but seeing that cat is 100% confirmation that you, again, are protected. But I know that when we dream of cats, it's typically our vibration's very low and we need to build it up, or we feel like a little bit paranoid because somebody has been keeping an eagle eye out on us. And I feel like if that is a situation for you, and it's a negative person that's doing the watchful eye out on you, know that they cannot harm you at all. You have been putting out good energy, and therefore you dreamt of a cat. And it wasn't just a psychological dream, because remember, back in the day, I was a psychologist before I understood the whole spiritualism thing. That just isn't like, okay, so I'm dreaming of a cat, so I saw one 3 blocks down the road 3 weeks ago. Is that seeping into my inner subconscious? This is a total 100% spiritual message.
That is fascinating. And a little bit, again, I'm trying to cater to those people that might not know anything about California Psychics. They stumbled upon this live, might not know anything about you. Can you tell some of our viewers what your specialties are? So they might not even know they have a question that you can help them with.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that my biggest attribute that I bring to the table at California Psychics is my ability to connect to deceased loved ones. I work in dark rooms and talk to the dead all day long. Well, actually all night long into the wee hours of the morning. I do that, full time. But my ability is to connect to spirit realm because I'm always in that spirit realm mode. That is the biggest one. But I'm able to tune love, career, money, finances, what people think about you, to keep you ahead of the game, to keep you 3 or 4 steps ahead of the game. But dream interpretation, past life regression, I am a past life regressionist therapist. But the other thing is too, that if you're going to ask about past life regression questions, say, my name is Kerrigan, and I need to know what Joe, how he related to my past life and who Joe is to you. So we can kind of pick that apart and do it as quick as we can so we can help the most people here today.
That is perfect. Thank you for that.
Sure.
And then quick thank yous to people that are watching, Amna and Citri and Alexis and Katie, Rita, thank you all for watching. We really appreciate it. And we'll get on to the next question.
Katie, one second. Katie, as soon as you said Katie, I saw a great big picture of St. Michael and Miguel, our archangel. Did you pick Katie?
I'll go ahead and pick her. Yeah, Katie, I've been searching for a new job for months. In fact, I applied for 2 positions within the organization. When will I get a job offer? And so how much more money? And will it be more money?
Well, first of all, you are going to have a new role, a new name, a new title, and that does go align with job occupational component. It will probably be, as we're seeping out of summer going into spring, that you'll be 100% balanced in that, 100% balanced. So that job opportunity is coming through. We just got to get through a little bit of August and then roll into that middle to part of September. But don't worry, because you will be having interviews, you'll be having meetings, you'll be doing negotiations. I see a 2 and I see a 7. I don't think it's numerology, and I don't think it's like 27%. I feel like it's 2 to 7 more percent of what you had made at your most job annually. So it's not a whole bunch, but it's at least you're still moving up to that 2 to 7% more as an annual income. But I will tell you, the photography, I don't know if it's photography or modeling or acting or writing or something in the entertainment part of you, that's still your passion. You know what I mean? Like that creative splash to you, that's still your passion. And I feel like that part hasn't stopped yet. That's still up and coming. That's still in the future. So taking this new occupation, this new career path, it's not going to delay anything or put a pause or a stop or a roadblock in that creative splash that you have to yourself too.
Ooh, nice. And then over on YouTube, Pari, she says, thank you a lot for this. I wanted to know if my grandmother, who passed away in 2009, her name is, I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce this right, but Premyoti, has any messages for me. Does she look over me? Anything she wants me to know? I miss her.
Well, the biggest thing here with your grandmother is that you do have a lot of, I just smell cedar, like the cedar mulch that we put outside our house or cedar incense that we would burn. And I was always taught that cedar is very, very protective. We need to circle our homes with it, like, and kind of be on the low and not anybody know that we are all metaphysicians. We all can do these protective, tangible things, because cedar, if you walk up, you just think it's mulch, right? It's not. It's actually circulating your home and protecting your home from negative energy. But she is showing when we get to the biggest snow, like the big snow, and you don't have to live East Coast, Midwest, or anything like that. You might be in Belize laying on a beach, but I'm going to tell you, when we get to that biggest snowfall, you will be with somebody that means a lot to you romantically, and both of you have your heads held back and you're just laughing and kind of like, not if all of the raindrops are lemon drops and gumdrops, but if all the snowflakes were whatever would rhyme with that, and then you're holding your tongues out and laughing about it because the snowflakes are falling on your tongues. I did see that. So she is, I feel like your order has been put in for that peak of romance, that understanding of trust, that understanding of reciprocation, giving, reciprocate, giving, reciprocate. It's almost like somebody's being built up for you to become better, to get you better. But I want you to know, she is showing me a lot of those, what the heck are they called? Those pink carnations, the pink ones. And I feel like those were like in a spread for a memorial for her as like a floral arrangement. And she said that's what she needed. That's what she wanted. Those were her wishes. But she also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, within 6 months time frame, she says that she's going to open up a doorway for you to follow your passion. When it comes to you inside you, she says right now you have to kind of pay your dues a little bit more. You have to put your recipes, your orders into her a little bit more, be very specific, is what she says. But she says in that, I think it was the 6 months is what I saw. I'm pretty sure it was. So what we'd be looking at, just say we're in September, October, November, December, January, February, March. By that March timeframe, you should be transitioning into something that you love to do instead of something that you feel like you have to do. And then she says it's a blessing to do what you want to do, because you don't need to do it. You're good where you are now, but is it going to help you help the most people and prosper and balance you out? Yes. And that's why she's going to put you in that component to help you. But it is going to take up until March to get all of those ducks lined up in a row.
Nice. And then just a quick call out to Alexis and Rebekah and Jacob asking for general information. I don't want to keep skipping y'all, so please, if you have a very specific question, we'll be happy to help you, but we're not taking any general questions today. And then let's see, we have Shyla. What does Andy feel about me? Does he want to commit?
Well, I'm pulling some cards here because this is a rare opportunity for you and Andy. It is. And when isn't the blue moon coming up soon? Like
yesterday.
Yesterday, was it?
No.
So it's now. It's now. If he's going to commit, you need to give him the benefit of the doubt. Give him at least 4 more weeks to pull his big boy pants up and commit. Now, Andy, I do feel like, honest to goodness, Shayla, I'm just trying to help you here. I feel like you're too pretty for him. And I feel like he knows that. And I feel like that's what kind of holds him backwards, because I don't feel like he looks at you like you have no intellect inside your head. You've got it all going on. But I do feel like he's got to heal those insecurities. He's got to heal those past things that he allows to kind of get in the way of a true perception rather than a slanted or a tainted perception, right? So I like him, but I don't feel like he's going to make it to your future, because you're going to put your foot down. You're going to get tired of him procrastinating. You're going to get tired of him waiting. And it does feel like it's a chance in the blue moon. Remember the Smurfs when we were little? The blue moon's coming. The blue moon's coming. One wish on the blue moon. And I feel like that was probably your wish. And it can manifest, but he's got a lot of work to do in order to meet the expectations that you have in a traditional relationship. I mean, you're not asking for a lot. You're not asking for, a Rolls Royce and 5 or 6 closets full of Gucci and Louis. You're not asking for that stuff. You're just asking for good communication, be there emotionally, physically, spiritually. And you know what? He can do it, but he's got a lot of work to get done on his inner self before he can do that and kind of deal it out to you and other people.
Makes sense.
Like an ego.
And Francesca asked, is my husband Brian going to ask to come back? We've been separated for 14 months.
Brian, Francesca. There's something coming up in spring. It's not right away, Francesca, but it is spring. And I'm talking like May, at the end of spring. So what you got to do, what Spirit's really saying here, is you have to make sure that you're doing you. Okay. So Francesca, there's going to be people coming up on your path, and they're going to want to take you out to dinner. They're going to want to talk to you. Your heart isn't going to be 100% in it, but you know what? At least make new friends, at least make those connections so they can, and let them know straight up, listen, I'm not looking, I'm looking for friendship. I'm looking for companionship. I'm not looking to, get all physical and do all those things that I would like to do later in life with somebody that my heart's truly with. But don't be surprised if you start to feel like a schoolgirl when you do start dating one of these people. And there's 3 of them that are coming up from right now up until that time frame. So you're going to have to make some big decisions. Now, is that going to affect Brian coming back? No, because he'll still come back. But I feel it's highly susceptible that he might come back because he knows your home. He knows your security. He knows you won't hurt him. He knows that you two have history. Like, there's this washboard of things that he already is preconceiving knowing. And I feel like with that part of it, he might just need you to lean on as a shoulder cry and, oh, it's okay, let me rock you like a baby, even though you're a grown man. You know what I mean? But it's I just don't like the energy when he does come back. And I know that's what you want, but just, I'm saying, be cautious. Be very, very cautious when he does come back, because I don't feel like he's going to be ready. I feel like he's going to be hopping out of a crisis situation and thinking that you're Mrs. Clean and you're going to clean it all up.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. And then Ashley says, my father, Charles, passed away in 2018. Are there any messages from him? Charles Agro.
Listen, Ashley, did he can't, I just feel like I'm on the river. First things first, I feel like I'm on the river. I feel like by the water. I'm not sure if he did that in earth life or if that's spirit life, but that energy is definitely there. But I also feel that possibly maybe 85% could be that you're still flowing, you're still evolving. Don't hang your hat and your umbrella and your purse up on the knob and call it home, because there's still more movement for you. There's still more change coming for you. But I do feel like there is like Easter time frame is, that must mean that he has some sort of religious aspect to him, faith-based system that was strong for him. There's a new birth, new beginnings, new for you, new for you. So I feel like you're going to do a 180 switch. You're going to do a lane switch, and it's all centered around that Easter time frame, 1, 2, 3, and it affects 5 people. 5 people it's going to affect. So if you have a family of 5, if you have something to do with 5 coworkers, something to do with 5 friends, there's something to do with 5 at that point in time. But I don't feel like it's May. I don't feel like it's 5 days into, I don't feel like that. I definitely feel like it's that Easter time frame that he's going to be with you. He's going to be working with you. And he also says he's got to be very spiritual, because he's saying that there's power in prayer. So to me, Ashley, when he's saying power in prayer, I think he had a real big headache right here too for a minute from him. And that's okay. It'll go away. It's just, I feel like it might be part of the symptomology, that he had when he transitioned. But I feel very strong that the power in prayer is him saying to you, tell me what you need. Tell me verbally, tell me what you need, and continue to tell him what you need, because he's there to help. He's 100% there to help you. He's not leaving your side at all. Like, not even like when things are great. He's going to celebrate the great parts of your life too. He's just not going to swoon in and be with you in bad times. He's going to be with you throughout all times. That's truly what I feel like he's saying there.
That is really nice. Rebekkaa Jean asks, will my finances get better?
Yeah, they will. The thing that my people are telling me here is that just a little bit more control, dial it down. I know, how can you dial the finances, budgeting down any more than you already have? But they're saying just a little bit more, probably 5 to 10% more. Yes, for now, because when we get, and you're going to think this is crazy, but when we get into November, there's 1, 2, 3, there's 3 gold coins. They're not silver. So gold is more than silver. There's 3 gold coins, and it's a man's hand that's placing them on the table. And I feel that this is a spirit man placing them on the table. I don't feel like this is a human hand just giving you money. I don't feel like that. I feel like there's something that's going to be connecting from spirit to you, because you need it. You need it in order to sustain, in order to help, in order to get you to the next pivotal point to where you can help the most people. Remember, we're here for 3 things: love, reciprocate love, help the most people. And then we learn lessons on all those 3 different things to get us up to that higher ascension of enlightenment, of a higher being. That truly happens. But there is a spiritual hand that's coming down, puts them gently on the table. It's on like a white cloth, which reminds me of like a Marine. I don't know why, but it does. So I don't know if you have a deceased loved one that was a Marine that would be putting those coins down there for you. That's what I'm getting with that.
Very interesting.
So they will get better. Yes, they will. They will, but it's November.
And then before we move on to the next person, I just want to throw out there that any people that have, or anyone that has never gotten a reading with California Psychics, you can use the promo code LIVE5. Go to our website, create an account, and whenever you purchase your first package, use the promo code LIVE5, and you'll get an additional $5 added into your account budget, and that will give you a lot more minutes to have with either Kerrigan or any of our psychics that are out online. And Kerrigan, when are you going to be on in case people want a reading specifically with you?
Tomorrow I'll be on 11, 3 hours of 11 and 12.
11 and 12, what time zone?
Eastern time. But I'm always on chat. I like to stay on chats, and I love chat because you can actually print out what we chat about, and you can actually put it down as timelines and as positive reinforcements. And then when it does manifest, you can actually see it in writing. So in case you have to pinch yourself, it's believable because it's there, and I like chat a lot too, because I'm a writer. I write, and I can really, it's like automatic writing for me. So it's a different level of channeling for me, to where, sometimes the words come out, I spell like a Ouija board sometimes, but that's because I'm actually channeling and I'm not physically here. I'm up there somewhere, and I'm just like, spirit's punching the buttons for me. So I think that my readings are a heck of a lot better, more effective and more accurate, as well as more specific when it comes to chat, because as a psychic and I'm talking, I hear and I hear and I hear and I hear, and then you get interrupted, and then you get to get away from that message and then go back into it. But the coolest feature of chat is that transcript. I can't tell you how valuable it is. Yeah.
Really like it. Yes. So again, any new customers, please use the promo code LIVE5 for that extra $5. And then any of our customers or non-customers, if you haven't signed up for our Karma Rewards program, sign up today, because new signups get $20 added to their account. So if you're a new customer, sign up for Karma Rewards. It's free, and use the promo code LIVE5. That is $5 plus $25 to get more time with your favorite psychic. So highly recommend it.
What's cool for new customers too is the birth chart.
Oh yeah.
I mean, don't be shy and punch in your real birth chart, because I did my birth chart after 6-7 years of working for California Psychics. I didn't know it was there, and I saw it there, and I was like, let me see what this is about. And it was very, very detailed, and it was like 3 or 4 pages long.
Oh yeah.
So definitely take advantage of that birth chart too, and show your folks, show your friends, show your significant others. Say, this is why I do the things that I do.
Exactly. I never really thought about astrology and horoscopes past my, your sun sign. I'm a Gemini, and I didn't know what a rising sign was, or a moon sign, and then to go in and see how it affects your life, and it's very fascinating. But you and me know both. So everyone else, go get your birth chart. You can find it on our website as well.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Next, we're going to Vanessa. She says, hello, Kerrigan. When do you see me and Tom meeting in person?
Hi, Vanessa. Let me see what they show me here. I feel like it's soon. It could be 3 weeks. Honestly, that's first sight, first vision. I got to go with that, because I don't want to second guess it, because then that would be human side. But I feel like it could be anywhere from now up until that 3 weeks time frame, so somewhere on that middle, but no further than 3 weeks.
Okay. Let's see. Alexis Sanford says, my parents passed away in 1999 when I was 1 year old. I would like to know if they watch over me, and are they here with me?
Well, Alexis, I definitely feel like they're with you, because I know that there is life after death, 100%. There is. I've studied this for so many years, and I feel like they have been with you. They were very worried about you, and they actually stayed here to make sure that you were okay for a long, long time. But now I feel like they peep back in. They keep peeking in, because you were they made sure that you were placed with the right human beings to get you to the point where you are right now. Now, some of the human beings weren't always 100% perfect, but, and they said that, they wish that could have been different, but they're saying at least you got to where you need to be, to where you can be okay and you can prosper. But yes, they do check in and out. Now, this is strange, because I saw listen, Alexis, don't be scared of like seeing things out of your peripheral vision, like seeing maybe a shadow or something like that, because I feel like that's them. And don't think like it's like, scary or Scooby-Doo, a ghost, oh my gosh. I don't feel like it's like that. I feel like it is them just kind of bouncing in, and it's just real quick. It's like, then where did it go? But then you can feel the energy shift in the room. That's still them. They're still with you. They're not leaving you. I feel like it was sudden. I do. I feel like their transition was very, very sudden. I just feel very strong that and it's not, and I don't predict death, but when it is time for you to go, they will be there holding their hands out to you, and you will be in the middle of them, because I see it walking with them into the next dimension, the next realm, to heaven. I'm sorry, I'm old school. It is like that. But they will be on both of your sides. Now, I hate that part, because I see it and I just need the confirmation. I do see a dog. I just got to figure out how to say it different on live feeds. I do see a dog, flappy-eared dog. I don't feel like the dog could be with them, but I feel like the dog is probably more with you. So there's a puppy dog there somewhere, puppy dog energy that I feel, if it's not your best friend, it's going to be your best friend, or maybe they're getting ready to send you one. So either way, there's puppy dog energy there that I feel like is 100% love, loyalty, and a good cuddle person, somebody to cuddle with. So, but a snorer, of course, but it's going to be that you're going to be okay. I just feel like they want you to keep going, and whatever you need, I don't care what it is, whatever you need or want, because this is where it's a fine line between need and want. But they're saying whatever you need and what you want, ask them for it. But just be careful on what you want, because it might not be what you need. It's like that old Rolling Stone songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get what you want. Sometimes you get what you need. You don't always get what you want, but they're saying that they will make sure that you get either way. Just be careful what you ask for.
Nice. And then next question is from Virena. Hi, Kerrigan. Do you have any messages for my grandparents, Dawn and Charlene, by chance? Thank you.
Well, first thing first, I saw Dawn. He had kind of not a round, chubby face like mine. It was more of like a narrow face. And I saw some, silver-ish hair because I feel like he had hair and it started to turn silver. But then there wasn't any hair. The messages, though, now, I don't think they like what we're doing. Grandmother doesn't like what we're doing. I feel like we're doing a sin or something like that. She's old school, though. So there's what he's saying is, he's like, he's like, just move on with it. But there's no longer, he's saying he swept out the static conditions. He says, please start making better choices in people. Please stop trusting everybody. He says he has cleaned up quite a bit of obstacles for you. He said, but you are the creator and controller of your life. You make conscious decisions. He's tough. He's not playing around. He's tough. And he says that he loves you eternally. His love for you is eternally. He says, but no more. He says, pull your sleeves back up. Pull your sleeves up, not to work, but how you wear your heart on your sleeve all the time. Stop that. Put your boot down. Put your foot down. And he says, start practicing those boundaries and stop letting people walk on you. Now, I've learned this: when you get in an uncomfortable situation and you feel like somebody's like overstepping your boundaries, your personal boundaries, just simply say, no, thank you. Thanks. No, thank you. And I got to go now. Excuse me. And just walk out. You know what I mean? Just do it all happy and bubbly like a 2-year-old, like, no, thank you. And just get out, but that's what he's saying. He's saying that you've let a lot of people walk all over you. And that makes my heart break for you. So no more of that. No more of that. And honestly, please remember what he's saying to you. I don't feel like he's going to leave you, because I do feel like you are the apple of his eye. And I truly mean that. Now, Charlene, I don't think she likes what I'm doing. I don't think she likes what we're doing. And that's okay, because some, old world people don't. And that's all right. And there's a lot of other people that don't, but that's okay. As long as we know and we're being true and you're being true and we're making that true connection, that's all we can do. Okay. So she'll come through later for you, but she don't know me that well. You know what I mean? She's not going to know me in 2 or 3 minutes. So maybe on down the line. But Charlene, if you decide to come into my home, you kindly don't. Please go with your granddaughter, because she needs you more. Don't show up at the end of my bed tonight, please. Thank you.
Oh, goodness. But before we take a next question, I just want to shout out to some people that are watching. We have 146 people on right now. Thank you on Facebook. We got the little love icon from Nick Grace and Nancy Lamb and Sammy Thompson Jr. and Beth Philippe Rogers and Marianne and Bonita. Really, really appreciate all you watching. Again, we wouldn't be able to do this without you viewers. And with that, we'll get on to the next question, because I know you came here to get your questions answered. Steph over on YouTube says, I felt a strong magnetic connection with my crush Ryan the first time I met him. Does he feel anything towards me? Thank you.
I feel like he does. If you felt it, you know that you two are exchanging energy. That's just how metaphysical energies work. I don't feel like he allowed himself to like indulge in it and like get all happy and giddy about it like you did, because we've got two different people here. But yes, it blasted him. He felt it. Now what does he do with it? But I don't feel like you both are going opposite directions. I don't feel like he's just going to put up that He-Man shield and you'll be Xena, the warrior princess, with your bracelets. No, combating that energy. You two aren't going to do that. No worries there. But I do feel very strong that there will be a deeper level of connection that both of you make throughout the rest of this year. And you could potentially keep making it into next year too. So, I hate to use the P word because it's worse than any other bad word in our English language, but patience is the virtue here. I scared everybody, didn't I? I'll always keep you on your toes. But patience is an awful word. It is. It's horrible. Don't ever pray for patience either. But please don't do that with Ryan, because you'll get a very long time frame. But I will tell you, it's important to stay on this horse, see where this leads you. And you know what, Steph, if you decide that you don't want to be with him later on down the way, it's not like this is a Calvinistic blueprint of life where it's all predestined. That's our free will. Our free will is way more powerful than any kind of blueprint of life. So you can make altered changes and choices later. Right now, you probably don't want to, but then you got to do the P word. You got to do the patience. Okay. So that's a big deal. And don't even say it, because you'll speak it into existence. That's why I call it the letter word. All right.
And then Myrna says, hello, Kerrigan. So my boyfriend's name's Adam, So my boyfriend named Adam and I have been together for a year, and he gave me a promise ring. Do you think things work out with him and I?
Yeah, I like Adam. I like his energy. I do. I just keep feeling like I don't know why I feel like I'm in New York and I've got Billy Joel songs going through my head, but I'm not sure what that means. But I like him a lot. I like Adam a lot. The only thing is too that the promise ring is just the first step. There's going to be other rings. I mean, you'll get the big bling ring, but later when you're 30, 40s, into the marriage, you'll get another ring and more rings. And before you know it, you have rings all over the place, and you can pass them down to, family members and stuff like that. And as heirlooms, they'll become heirlooms. So yes, keep that promise ring, because it is very important. It's a token of true love. Yes.
And then, let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to pick one, but it keeps moving.
Gotcha.
Okay, Crystal says, hi, Kerrigan. Will I be successful with the courier business we started? What type of business should we focus on? Thank you so much.
Yeah, stay with that one. For sure. 100%. I feel like you are just a happy, bubbly person anyway that's going to walk into the room, and you might just be thinking you're delivering something that's in a tube or in a package or whatever. But really what you're doing is delivering good, positive energy. And guess what? Our whole world needs that right now. So I feel like you have been set up spiritually to provide this service. Absolutely. Don't give up. Don't give up on this one. Because I feel like within 6 months, you might need extra help. Within 9 months, I know you're going to need extra help. Within a year, you're probably going to be sitting back and giving people orders on where to go. But remember, they came, your energy is what started it, and they want your energy. So you're going to have to find people that kind of match your energy source. So when they go in there, to these places that they're delivering to, they're going to bring as much excitement and energy and positive that you would bring in, because that is, anybody can get a courier from anywhere. Anybody can. But what you're bringing is all based on you right here through your heart. And you're like one of them Care Bears. Remember when we were kids and we watched that cartoon, the Care Bears, and all of their hearts would beam out and shine in all those pretty rainbow colors? Remember that? That's what you do to people. So you got to find right people when it comes time, to where you can sit back for a little bit and you can just, kind of navigate people and be behind the computers and machines and all that good techie stuff. But you got to find people like you to get out there and do that stuff for you too. Okay.
Moral of the story, Crystal, be the Care Bear in everyone's life. Love it.
I love how you can do that for me, because I'll just
And then Jeanette says, so she wants a career question. My boss is retiring. I'm applying for her position. Will I be the next team manager?
Around Halloween time frame. Yeah, Halloween, going into November. Yes. Yep.
Ooh. And I just wanted to call out this person. It's not a question, but she wants to, or he wants to give you kudos. I want to thank Kerrigan because I'm now with my soulmate twin flame, and I thank you for the guidance and help you've given me. So.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's such good news. Woohoo!
Yeah. I'm not sure. I know that you talk to so many people and chat with so many people. You might not get some of that, aha moments that happen afterwards. So
right. Yeah.
Show you that one.
Thank you. That's great news. Keep me posted.
And then Yanni says, does my grandmother Stella have anything to tell me?
Let me separate my relative Stella. One moment. So there's a lady with scarf, like we would call them babushkas. That's my side of the neck of the woods and where my family's from. It's like a scarf over her head, and there's little lighting in the room. I feel like this is a reflection from when Yanni was younger. She was very frail. She was very frail. But the message is the childhood. She remembers the big jack-o'-lantern smile, the great big bright eyes, all of the innocence, all of the happiness, all of the excitement, the inquisitiveness. Continue to be inquisitive. Continue to think 3 steps ahead of the game is what she's saying. You're always on top of it. You're always on top of what you're a good chessboard player. You're always knowing what somebody's going to be doing before they make their move. So she says, continue that, because she is working with you spiritually, physically, mentally, soulfully. She is working with you. And there's something about, like an apple smell. I don't know if you did like a candle that was like a baked apple or had caramel or something, but there's like that homemade smell. But I think it's in the present. I think you probably lit a candle or had some sort of incense or, those plugins or whatever that smelled like that. But, there's something here too. She says that when you don't fully give yourself to somebody, you give like 80% of yourself to someone. You always keep that 20% reserved because you want to make sure that you're protected. She says that you are protected. She's not letting anything happen to you. She says if somebody comes in and tries to put a fast one on you, she's going to whack them in the head. So I like her. So she'll just, they might feel like, what was that? And it's just Grandma Stella. Because that happens too. I've seen it happen to a lot of different people. But there's something to do with her with stained glass windows too. And I feel like meditation, prayer, telling her telling her exactly what you need your next move to be, not want it. With you, it's a need, not a want. But there's big buildings ahead of you too, big buildings, concrete, city. You will be adventuring into the city, and I feel like there's probably job opportunity or business or meetings or whatever like that, physical ones where you physically go, not Zoom or anything like that. You will be going there. I hope that makes sense.
Sounds good. And then Vanessa says, hello, I've been unemployed for some time. Do you see a potential job opportunity coming up?
Yeah, but it's coming from an older man that hands you a contract. It's an older man that's handing you a contract. It has something to do with like selling, like marketing, selling. I'm not sure if it's real estate. I could be, or assistant to help in real estate, something like that. But there's a man, an older man, kind of looks like Perry Mason, which is kind of bigger guy with gray beard, smart glasses, studious glasses. That's going to be helping you transition into new career. And you know what? You could actually stay there if you wanted to forever. You could retire from that.
Nice. And then this next one, I'm not 100% sure if it's enough information for you, but I was drawn to it. It says, I've been seeing a lot of signs and I think it's my mom, like butterflies. Does she have a message for me? Her name is PV. And I think that's initials, and I'm not sure if initials are enough.
It's okay. Let's see. Butterflies. See, butterflies are coming from your mom. The butterflies are not your mom. The butterflies are your mom telling you you're getting ready to transition and change. You're probably going to be relocating. You're probably going to be switching jobs. You probably just got out of a relationship or looking for a new one, or vice versa. Got into a relationship, something. There's a lot of transition and change coming up for you. The thing of it is, though, I feel like August, you already passed the checkered flag. You've already went through all of the transitions and changes. So come September, sometime in September, it should be like that aha moment for you where you're like, oh, wow. Oh, I get it. Like it all clicks. It all adds up. And then I feel at that point in time, you're so spiritually empowered. Everything just starts to fall into place because you're actually seeing it fall into place instead of disbelieving that it could. So I don't feel like the butterflies are actually mom coming to you, because I know what you mean by that. Like when the bluebirds, like four bluebirds come out, I know it's dad, Uncle Ray, Father Carl, Sister Agnes. I know it's all them, but I don't feel like the butterflies are mom. I feel like it's mom sending you those spiritual guide messages to say, guess what? You're transitioning, you're changing. She's got you. She's not going to let you go. She's not going to let anything awful happen to you at all. She might give you a little scare or something like that. No, don't go down that way. Come this way, And then there's sometimes I feel like she's going to do what she wants to do. She's going to have to learn the hard way. And then she just sits there like Tinkerbell. But no, I feel like you have probably made just a few little detours that she wished that you wouldn't. But that's okay now, because that's all in the past. It's all erased. Now you have a brand spanking new day. And walking into September, it's definitely a refresh, restart button for you on all components.
Nice. And then before we get to the next question, I just want to remind everyone we have about 16, 17 minutes left in our lives, still plenty of time. But if you are watching and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm loving this. If we've already answered your question, or if you don't have a specific question, tag a friend in the comments. Say, you need to come see this right now. Share the love. Because we still have about 16, 17 minutes left of answering questions. So make sure you tag your friends so they can get a question in too before we end. And our next question is from Joselyn. Am I wasting my time with Elian? Is the connection feelings one-sided?
Well, the first thing is I feel like, yes, I do. But when you actually start to move your energy away from Elian, that's when Elian's going to zoom back in. So know that fear of abandonment, fear of loss, fear of comfort, fear of security from Elian, that's what Elian's going to be reacting to, not actually the feelings are the same. And oh my gosh, let me hug and squeeze you and call you George. It's being scared that Well, I don't have that security anymore. I don't have that person. I don't have Jocelyn sitting there waiting, which you're not always sitting waiting, but sometimes it's perceived like that. It is. Just be cautious there, because when you do start to soar through the sky and fly in your own direction, you're highly susceptible to being brought back, being sucked back in to some emotional back and forth. And just remember, Marilyn Monroe said, if you can't be with me in my best times, you sure don't deserve me in my worst times, or if you can't be with me in my worst times, you sure don't deserve me in my best times. Right. Yeah. So, and here you are getting ready to open the door and walk through it to go into great times. And everybody wants to be with somebody that's great, but you're the one that's doing the work to get to your greatness. You know what I mean? So just, be like Elsa and let it go. Honestly, let it go. You have to do that. Just let it go. I know it'll be hard, but you have to think about how exciting the adventure is going to be on the other side of that fence. And think about it, like actually having somebody that is your equal, somebody that is enthusiastic and excited to be with you, rather than you got to question what they're thinking.
Yeah.
And
then this is another love question from Beth. She says, what did Dave mean by that text that he sent me? Is that the start of us getting back together? So we don't know what the text says, but are Dave and Beth going to get back together?
You're not going to like me, Beth. I'm sorry. I don't feel like it. I don't. I feel like Dave can say something really cool to get back into your good graces, to get information, to see what you're doing. What you been doing, Beth? Who you been with? Where have you been? You know what I mean? And then later on, flip the script and use it against you. I don't like Dave's energy. I feel like he's just trying to get back in and fish. He's gone fishing to figure out what you're doing. He's trying to throw you that reel and crank it back in and catch you.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't mean to bust your bubble. I seriously don't. I don't trust it right now. Now, maybe when we get into the next part of next year, like April, May, June, that would be much better. But listen, I'm hearing this too. This is your golden opportunity. Don't run to him with open arms like a Journey song. Don't be doing that. This is your time to lay down the personal boundaries, not right off the rip. That's not like we're playing poker and we're throwing down all of our aces at once. We're not going to do that. What you got to do is, Dave, I don't like it when we do these things. I don't like how I feel when you do these things, because then it makes me question. And then I get upset, and then I get angry, then I cry, then I get depressed. I go through a roller coaster of emotion. This is the awesome opportunity to really lay those things down now. So, he can fully understand what he needs to know before you have the opportunity to accept him back. You do. You can say yes or you can say no, but just please use caution. And it gives a whole new meaning to social distancing. It really does. Distance yourself from him. Like Frankenstein. Remember how Frankenstein, we used to make the guy walk with what was his name, with the things in his neck? Because Frankenstein was the doctor. I'll just call him a zombie. Gosh, they're going to kill me in the literary world. But but they're going to, you know what I mean? Like, you have to keep that kind of a distance and really don't let him cross that line of your own personal boundaries. Beth, for real. I'm being honest with you because I care. I want you to live your best life.
It's good to know. It is. And then Ashley says, Kerrigan, you are the best. Any messages for my grandmother? Her name is Lovey Dell, which I love that name.
That is a cool name. Let's see, Ashley. Lovey Dell. Something about singing. I'm not sure if she was a singer, if you've been singing, if your heart's playing a different song. I feel like somebody's a singer here. I don't feel like your heart's playing a different song or a different tune. I see two girls. She shows me two girls. So that's probably you, maybe your sister, something like that. I don't feel like it would be mom, but it's two girls, close in age. She says, you gotta get the money, but she says, you're going to get the money. They can't take it from you. You're going to get the money. That's what they said. They can't take it from you. You're going to get the money.
Whew,
I
that's
know what that means.
fascinating. Ashley, if that means anything to you, please let us know because I want to follow up. This next one is a doozy, and I'm very interested in. Oh no, where did it go?
Oh crap!
I have to find it because here it is. Okay. Allison says, "Hi Kerrigan. I had a dream of a man I was seeing on and off. Ray came to me in my dream and he says, 'Don't worry, I am your husband.' Next morning, I cracked an egg with 2 egg yolks. What does this mean? I need to know."
Well, back in 1600s in Salem, Massachusetts, a place that is known for Tituba and cracking eggs in the longer winter times when Tituba was from Barbados and it was fortune telling back then. So you actually have spirit working with you to those 2 yolks that came together. Remember that yolk is birth. I know it sounds gross, but that's why I don't eat eggs. Do not. But it's actually 2 of them. So that's 1, 2, that's you and him. I do feel like it's going to take more time to manifest. I do feel that perhaps maybe your mind wanted to hear and see and feel that he says, "Don't worry, we will get married. We will do this." But with waking up the next morning and having that confirmation of the eggs opening up and knowing what I know about history and how those kinds of divinations and fortune tellings were back in the day, I do feel like you got something there. You definitely got a higher intellectual message from spirit that's giving you the confirmation. But yeah, it does feel like it's going to be greenlit. It's going to be a go. It's just they're not showing me a timeline when, so it's probably still in the works.
That is an interesting one. This next one, more straightforward, but Jeanette asks, "Hi Kerrigan, will me and Mike get together?"
Like for the first time I'm feeling, or the second or third time, it feels like it's new. I don't feel like are we getting together after 5, 6 months, 5, 6 years? Yes, you will. Just be cautious with Mike, because if he doesn't know how to manage his time now, and if he doesn't make you a priority now with always giving you excuses, or vice versa, you might be giving him excuses too, because I feel excuse. I feel like singing some Lane Staley, no excuses. Sorry, but it definitely feels like yes, you both will. Bottom line, yeah, you will. Give it about from now up until like a month's time frame. So from a whole moon cycle, this moon was full moon last night, so up until next full moon, there's something coming in for that sometime in September, and hopefully it's before the Mercury retrograde, that's September 27th.
Oh, coming up again. Oh no,
real soon.
Chan says, "Virtual hug. When do you see marriage and kids for me? Or do you have any messages for my grandfather, Eduardo?"
Yeah, I do. Let's start with, let's start with Eduardo first. Let me just do it this way. Let's use some mediumship divination. Okay, so yes, there will be marriage because friendship came up first. There's 3 friends coming into your vibe. Okay, 3 new. Well, you're one of them, so actually 2. Friendship coming up, which will be leading into more of romance, dating, marriage. I don't predict kids. I'm sorry, because I'm not a medical doctor. I can't do that. I don't feel confident. Now, if I had an MD after my name and I delivered babies, that'd be a whole different story. But I can't even change a diaper. Okay, so I can't do that. Here's another one. Hold on. Okay, this one jumped all the way out and landed on the floor. This is studying. Okay, so it does feel like you're going to be not academically studying, but actually studying mannerisms about somebody else. You're going to be studying somebody. You're going to be picky and choosy, because I don't feel like you're just going to be dating one person. Remember, you have friends coming in. So it does feel like you will be dating and being picky and choosy on who you want to be with. And some people, and I feel like you might be one of them, well, I don't want to date a whole bunch of people. Nobody really does. But when we go out to find that awesome dress and that shirt and that shoes and that purse, we have to shop around a little bit, don't we? So we can find the perfect one. And I feel like that's what you're going to be going up against. But I don't feel like he's going to let you fall. I don't feel like he's just going to sit there and be like, no, don't pick this person. You're going to feel it from head to toe, because of his energy, his spiritual energy, on who you are supposed to be with. Now, I feel like you will be dating, I'm sorry, I have cats. I feel like you will be dating probably Thanks, Faye. You made me lose it. I'm so sorry. Let me look at that again.
That's too funny.
It's going to start, you're going to start talking somebody in that November timeframe. Probably all the way. You'll make a decision by February timeframe on who you're going to be with, to settle down and to build that traditional stable life. That's, I'm 100% sure. So thank you, Thea. I'm sorry I yelled at you. But yeah, definitely there. Yeah.
Nice. That is good to know. And Chan, we need an update on that too. So make sure you come back to one of our lives in February and tell us the good news. And then we have 6 minutes left. So it is rounding down to the final 6 minutes. We'll get a couple more questions answered, but reminder, use the promo code LIVE5, new customers. If you've never gotten a reading before, sign up on our website right now. We'll wait 5 more minutes and then sign up on our website and use the promo code LIVE5 to get an extra $5 added to your account so you can get even more minutes with your favorite psychic. And next question comes from Jacob Daniels. Does my step-grandfather, Steve Burke, have any messages for me?
There's something to do with coal, Jacob. So I'm not sure if he worked in the heating industry, like the heating source, or if he was always, worried about temperature, but there's something to do with coal. We know that coal equates to diamonds too, after a long time. I feel very strong that you have to continue your art. And I feel like it is like drawing. And there's some music there too, but it's mostly like just the whole drawing, painting, comic books, like illustrations is what I'm trying to say. That is automatic for you. That's automatic writing for you. That's actually channeled straight from spirit for you. I feel that. Now with him, I do feel like he forgot who people were. I do. I don't feel like he remembered a lot before he transitioned. But I do feel like he is at peace. He wants you to know that he is at peace. And I heard the name Martha come through here. I'm not sure who that is. So ask some family members who that might be. But I also feel like with your grandfather too, he didn't take any crap from anybody. And he says, you don't need to either. Not that you have been, but I think he's just reinforcing to continue to be that strong person and continue to know when to make a stand. Okay. And you got to stand up and I'm hearing this, you got to lace your boots up and stand on the front line. And I don't feel like that's war or anything like that. I feel like it's within life. Okay. But there's 2 hearts. I see 2 hearts and I see a little girl. So there might be 2 people coming together and somehow there's a little girl in there. But I do see 2 great big hearts that are very, they're red hearts. I mean, they're beautifully red hearts. Wonder if he had an eye problem. Because my eye's twitching like crazy. I feel like Fetty Wap right now. I'm so sorry. I feel like he's definitely there with you, like now. And there's something to do with like big paper, like really big paper and sketching. And I'm not sure if it's like architectural stuff, if that's what he did, or if he mapped things out or a map or something like that. But I feel like he's still in spirit, kind of still doing that, but more of a spiritual way of making those maps, making that architectural, like blueprints, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps. But the message is make sure that you stand your grounds and definitely stand your ground. Don't let anybody walk on you, and you will be working a good fight. You'll be fighting a good fight. So you will be standing on the front line for a good fight. But 2 hearts, this 2 hearts is interesting to me because it could be that you are with that person that you're supposed to be with, or that person's coming in, but somehow there's a child there.
Very interesting. Our next question is from Nick Grace. It says, hello, I'm looking for a place by October 26th. Other places I was supposed to go fell through and now I'm scared. Will I find a place or will I stay in my current apartment? I'm disabled and very sick. And so we were not going to touch on anything medical, but on the apartment part of it.
Well, you're going to have help moving, and you still have time to move. And I feel like if you can find another ground level floor that can be accommodating for you, that's even better, because that's what I see coming to you. But there are people out there that are going to help you, whether they be services or churches or whatnot. You are going to have help, and you will find it there. It's natural to be scared right now. I get it. It's so natural, but I don't want you to be scared. But I also don't want you to say, well, okay, well, the psychic told me I don't need to be scared, so I'm just going to sit here and I'm not going to do anything. You've got to do the work too. Okay. You have to. So you have to actively look like you have been. You keep looking like you have been looking, but I do feel like you're going to be okay. I don't feel like you're going to be upside down or fallen from grace. I don't feel like that.
Nice. I think we have time for one more question, and it's going to be Lauren. And she says, I'm nearing the end of my training at work, but some issues have started happening now. So do you see me moving forward and things getting easier?
Yeah, I do feel like you'll move forward from it and things will get easier. It was just a lot that came at you at once. And, a lot of issues have started to happen, because I feel like some things not from you, but from whoever had mentored you, showed you, all of that stuff. Some of the things were kind of skipped, and because, everybody's going through a rough time. I just don't feel like anybody they were focused on getting you the proper training that could have been like chronological. There were certain things that were skipped. Poof, now they're popping up. It's causing a little bit of havoc and chaos, but you're a tough girl. You're Linda Carter, like Wonder Woman. You're going to be okay. You're going to just get right through that. So there's no worries there. It definitely will be easier. Yes.
Good to know. And Kerrigan, thank you so much for being here. We always love having you. And do you want to remind everyone when you're going to be on tomorrow in case they want a one-on-one reading?
Yeah, sure. Tomorrow I'll be on throughout the whole hour of 11 and 12 Eastern Standard Time. And you can always do a direct message. If you see that you want to talk to me, you can get in my queue and you can sit there for a little bit. And when I take calls, which I normally do, you'll be right there in the queue and we'll talk. But I promise I won't call you like at crazy hours in the morning. If I wake up at 3 a.m. East Coast time and I can't sleep, I'm not gonna take calls. I won't do that.
Good to know. Good to know. We really appreciate it. And to all of you that have watched, thank you so much. And we will see you back here next week.